with another video. So today's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video.
Nigga, pay
Chioma
attention.
Chats. Chioma Chats. Chioma Chats. Chioma Chats. Chioma Chats. Hey. 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 Chioma Chats. Chioma Chats. Hey. Chioma Chats. Chioma Chats. Hey. So I'm back with another video. So by today's title, as you can see, we're going to be discussing Woah Vicky. Now, if you're not sure who Woah Vicky is, she's pretty much someone who's ended up famous for pretending to be the negative, stereotypical caricature of a black woman. We've seen it time and time again. This is like the new way. Actually, it's not new, but it's new for white people to be doing it at this magnitude, for people to get famous and get clout. Obviously, it stems back from like a lot of these black comedians who were portraying black women in the most negative ways. And even if they were true, they were still like the funny true, but it's still disrespectful true type stuff. So we have like Martin with the Shanae, we have Martin Lawrence with the Big Mama. We have those examples that show black women having these negative, ghetto, ratchet, ugly, rambunctious stereotypes. And so Woah Vicky is a girl who is from Georgia, and she basically has been keeping up this whole entire persona and showing herself in this ghetto girl type of way, this hood girl type of way. And I don't necessarily want to say like this is what a black person does, even though there's many black women who act this way, but it's just more or less the fact that like she goes so far with it. It's just like, girl, you've been studying us, okay?
I gotta get my energy better. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my motherfucking channel. Period. Natural gang. Period. Poo. Natural gang. These pussy hoes can never. Pussy hoe could never.
So the outrage today comes from this post that was posted on her Facebook. Whether this is her real Facebook or not, I don't know. It was this picture here, and then the caption basically said, "Proud to be an African American." So I just wanted to briefly discuss this because I got a lot of requests in my DMs on Instagram. So let's get right into this video. So I know most people are thinking like, okay, you're about to go in on her. You're about to talk about how she is using her privilege as a white person to basically take on and embark this black female persona that is negative, that everyone, hates and make money off of it. That's very obvious. Okay, I've talked about that before. My main point is that here is me re-emphasizing the fact that it is, number one, very trendy to be controversial, and also very trendy to be black. Granted, the girl is trolling, so there's not that much energy I can give into the situation because she's obviously trolling. That's what she does pretty much her whole entire thing. If you meet her in real life or like see footage of her like on some chill stuff, she really is like her normal self. I'm not saying she's the whitest of the white, or she's the most preppy of the preppy, or she's a valley girl or whatever. I'm not saying that either. Like, there's really nothing wrong with a white person having a little bit of urbanism in them. If they're from that area, you're going to be a product of your surroundings. So like when people say, well, what is acting black? What is acting white? Don't play stupid and act like there's not a certain black culture, a certain white culture in the United States. Like, let's not be stupid here. You're going to be a product of your environment. So if you grew up in a mainly predominantly black area using certain black slangs, listen to certain black music and doing certain dances created by black people, you're probably going to have that amongst you. Versus if you grew up with a predominantly white area, listen to certain white artists and music using white slang and things like that, you're going to probably grow up and act that way. There's not necessarily a acting white or acting black in a certain way of which one's better or which one's worse, but you can act as a part of a culture. Like, that's what I don't understand when people say, well, what is acting white? What is acting black? Acting amongst the people that are within that culture in every realm. So that's dialect, that's slang, that's food, that's customs, that's values, that's respect. There's different ways within different cultures and way how people act. Moving on, she's a troll, so obviously this is what she does. And I feel like with Woah Vicky, she's gonna do anything to get a rise out of people. The funny part is that most people took it as a joke, and there were people posting pictures like proud to be a virgin, meanwhile they have their newborn child with them, or proud to be a vegan even though they have this whole plate of steak and chicken and stuff like that. So people were understanding that she was trolling, but at the end of the day, it's like, how far can you go to trend and be relevant and have clout? We've seen people do the craziest things just to stay relevant, and I find it weird that a lot of times people are using being black or having anything to do with black, regardless if it's America, African, people in South America, people in the Caribbean, using some form of something black to stay afloat. So it goes to prove my point that anything black is trending. Everything black is up right now. Even if we bring it down to the nitty-gritty, Africa is trending, African is trending, African culture, African music, African artists, all of that is trending right now. You can say what you want, maybe they appreciate the culture, maybe they don't, there's, everyone's different. People that are are not black are utilizing that in a way to make themselves more known, more popular, have more clout, have more hits, have more likes. And that's an example here. She is benefiting from this, and she's been doing this. So I'm not gonna go in that heavily because I've talked about this, even though I YouTube deleted the video in which I talked about her. I talked about her, Lil Tay, and Bad Baby in one video, and YouTube deleted it. So I don't want to regurgitate that energy because it's like I already said what I said. But in this case, I don't want to go so much hard on her, even though it still is wrong, because more of my point is that black is trending, black is what's up, and people will use that at the expense to boost up their career. She has the black set, okay? And you can say what you want, but most white people are not going to talk like that. Most black people will be talking like that. It is what it is. Is it the best? No, but let's be real here. People can say what they want about black people and saying, oh, we're uneducated, we don't use proper grammar, we don't know how to conduct sentences, and those things can be true for some black people. Yes, there is a black slang, and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with using the black slang and the black sentence and the black dialect in the appropriate settings, especially if we look back in history. It was white slave owners and white slave masters that were restricting black people from actually learning how to read and write. Black people come up with their own stuff based off of the English language. You can't then, hundreds of years later, condemn a certain group of people who basically had to form their own way of communication. Now, yes, we are in 2020. There is a right or wrong way to speak English. There is correct grammar. There is speaking the right way. We know that. But there are some people that are still to that notion of being suppressed education-wise and developmental-wise when it comes to talking and speaking and writing and reading that are still affected in that way. So when you see Woah Vicky, who probably grew up in a very, not necessarily rich or affluent, but pretty stable white upbringing, I'm pretty sure you learned proper way to speak. The fact that you would, in a way, dumb yourself down or, go against how you were raised to go and appeal to a certain audience is very weird to me, especially because when it comes to black people who may speak like that, I don't get mad at them, or I don't have that much anger or disgust towards them, because you are a product of your environment. People will talk about anybody who doesn't speak proper English as if they're just choosing to speak this way because they have a choice whether it's the correct or it's incorrect version of English. And I feel like, first of all, English is the hardest language to learn worldwide, and secondly, they're a product of their environment. If they knew better, they would do better. Woah Vicky, she knows better. She can do better, but she chooses to apply herself in black realms to keep up this persona for whatever reason. So like I said, she's a troll. The sickest part of most of this is like, okay, we're not gonna be talking about this in the next 2 weeks. Obviously, this is just trending for right now. But one thing I just don't like overall are the passes that she's gonna continue to get from people within the black community. I don't understand why so many black people can go hard for people like that and tell me, oh, leave her alone, she's not doing anything, you're jealous of her, why would you make a video about her, why are you talking about her? Because the way how it affects some of the people that are growing up and are of an impressionable demographic that follow and support her is scary to me, especially when it's dealing with people who were once very, very young like myself. Like, I'm young, I'm 22, but I was 12 at one point, on social media, on the internet, on Tumblr, on Facebook, on MySpace, consuming a lot of images that were not really positive for me, or maybe changed the way how I was learning stuff at home because I'm thinking this is what's cool. I don't want young black girls to look at this and think, oh, it's just funny, so I'm gonna support it, and subconsciously adhere to the way how she's acting. And I definitely don't want other young white girls who did not grow up in that type of environment where they would speak, talk, act, walk, eat, sleep the way how Woah Vicky is trying to appeal herself to be, and think it's okay to dive themselves into black spaces and abduct the culture in that way, in the most negative ways, and put it on for a show, because we all know that this is fake. So I feel like this is just her being a troll, and she's gonna continue to do what she's gonna do. And I still don't know why people even make her news, but I did get a lot of requests for this topic. Woah Vicky is weird. I mean, she's cool and all, but I also find her very weird and very extra, for no reason. But she's gonna continue to do what she does. At least she's admitted that this is off for a show. She's definitely said, this is just my persona, I'm doing it for social media. So I can respect you for being very honest, but overall the whole thing is very weird and nasty. So that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. What is your commentary on my commentary? Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. A lot of college relationships are shared relationships, okay? You may think you're cool with Darnell, but Darnell is cool with Taylor, who's cool with Ashley, who's cool with Deja, who's cool with Morgan, who's cool with Brittany. That's just how it is, if we're being real. Not everybody's like that, but let's be real. For the most part, it is. And I just kind of feel like, be very, 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 very careful. I beg y'all. Please. I don't care. There's so many niggas, oh, I don't like the way how condoms feel. Okay, but do you like AIDS?